process of freeing yourself from these attachments is like the emotional distress, perhaps, that you go through. And I say that like with all joking, because it actually truly, there is some kind of emotional distress that you go through.
You know, getting rid of all your stuff is one thing, but when you start going through your childhood stuff, the things that matter to you most, that's something else. And that's what Ariane and I have been doing this week, is going through boxes that we've kind of had made through all the garage sales that we weren't really sure of what to do with. But this is emotional purging, man. I mean, I'm seeing stuff that I haven't seen since I was a kid, and I don't know. How do you go through that?
The reality is that these rocks, these wood pieces, they serve no purpose whatsoever. They're strictly decorative, and they're strictly a memory for me. They connect and they resonate with me personally, but nobody else. I'm the only one that these particular pieces have a connection to, a memory, a trigger point, anything like that. And to anybody else, they're just a piece of wood or a rock. And you're probably saying, it's easy, just get rid of them. But these are my memories. I've been collecting these for 25 plus years. This is something that holds a lifetime of memory. Some of these rocks I remember getting with my dad, and he's now passed away, and so it's hard to get rid of these things. Now I find it easier to get rid of them over time, like after multiple scenarios of weeding through them. Your initial reaction is pretty strong, but then over time you start to say, okay, I can absorb this and I can process through, and that's when it becomes a little easier. some way. You know, these pieces have like a memory for me. I instantly knew exactly where they had come from, what the memory was that was connected to these pieces. So it immediately went into my yes pile. Now, my yes pile ended up being a little bit bigger than I had imagined it would be. I thought it would be easier to go through all of these and you know, get rid of than it actually ended up being, because that's the thing, is that your emotional investment to these, you know, it triggers so much. But then I have this pile right over here, which is, I had picked up, and you know, this is from the Grand Canyon, and it stirred an instant, like a positive reaction, but it didn't connect to me as much as I remember these pieces connecting to me. And these are things that I can do without. So this ultimately will probably become part of the no pile. And then this is the part where I'm not really sure what to do. Because the idea is to be mobile.
I think the biggest thing for me, as far as getting rid of emotional stuff, is my mom's stuff. It's hard to talk about because my mom was in, this was her Senior World book, her photo book, when she was in senior care. My mom had Parkinson's dementia. I took care of her for 5 years out of my life, and you know, it's got her family members in it, and it was one of the things that she had in the, when she finally had to go to a nursing home. And so these were kind of a little scrapbook of what she put together in her last year of life. So I'll probably keep this.
You know, the idea is to be mobile and to get rid of these things that hold you down and you know, keep you physically present. Scott and I have processed the idea of, you know, having maybe 2-3 Tupperware bins per each of us, with, you know, life memories, childhood memories, things that we just can't end up parting with in the end, and storing those with somebody. Well, the problem is that we don't have the family to be able to do that. We don't have anybody that has like a place in which we can actually store these items in. So we're having to really dig deep and free ourselves from these attachments that we have.
This is Dino's reindeer costume. I don't know why I got this for him. In hindsight, I will probably get rid of this. So yeah, I think emotional purging or downsizing in the very last portions of your life is hard. It's not easy. We don't have a lot of room to bring memorabilia from our childhood. We just don't have the room. So some of it's got to have to be stored. So formulate a plan. You know, what's the bare essentials of what you want to keep from your childhood memories? And again, does it invoke a strong emotional reaction, or is it like, you know, I could take it or leave it? If it's a take it or leave it, you're probably never going to miss it. Of course, you know, that one time a year when a story pops up and they say, hey, you know, remember when? And you're like, God, I wish I wouldn't have gotten rid of that. But is that something that's really super tied to you, or is it just a fleeting emotional response from that given subject? I can't even tell you how many times I'm like, oh, I wish I wouldn't have got rid of it, but then a second later, I've already forgotten about it. So at that point, I don't really care too much I've gotten rid of it. But with things, when it comes to like my mom, things that maybe were passed on to my dad and he's passed on to me, I'm not going to have any kids, so I don't have a lot to, you know, carry down or give to the next generation. But I do have an extended family, and so people I meet along the way, I've given a lot of things to people that I've connected with, trinkets, little things my mom made when she was in arts and crafts, things like that, that I feel like I'm passing on a little bit of my mom to them. But as far as the downsizing, I mean, if I get too emotional, I just stop what I'm doing, and I'm like, okay, I need to come back to it when I have a clean head, and then like rethink again. Or sometimes, you know, like Ariane will look through the box and she'll like, what are you keeping this for? And then if I can't answer her in a direct, confident way, then I usually rethink, well, why am I keeping it? And that's a lot of stuff that we've gotten rid of. So anyway, I hope you guys like this video. It's really about emotional downsizing and getting rid of the stuff that means a lot to you. And I guess my point is that there's stuff you're never going to give away. That's just a fact. You're going to want to keep it, and that's okay. Just store it, put it away, and bring it out at some point in time. There are always fun memories to look at. And so for us, it's got to be a very strong emotional attachment for us that invokes a lot of emotion. So that's what we would recommend to you guys for people that are looking to downsize and purge your life. I hope you guys found this video value. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our videos. We really super appreciate it. This is our nomadic idea, and we will see you on the trail. See you guys later. Bye.